Blessed Chiara Luce Badano didn't even live long enough to see her 19th birthday. She experienced a great deal of suffering in her life, yet is remembered most for her joy. It is said that she lived and loved as if death were not a period, but only a comma. On October 29, 1971, after 10 years of praying and hoping for a child, Ruggiero and Maria Teresa Badano were blessed with a baby girl whom they named Chiara. Chiara grew up in Sassuolo, Italy, where even at a young age she lived a life of love for others. At the age of 4, Chiara was known to give away her newest toys to poor children who didn't have any. By the time she was in kindergarten, Chiara was saving up her money to donate to the African missions. And in elementary school, Chiara would give away her lunchtime snack to another less fortunate classmate. Even when her mother started to pack her 2 snacks, Chiara would simply give both away. As a teenager, Chiara was very popular. She loved sports and music and had a lot of friends, yet at times was teased in school for her faith. While Chiara was a hard-working student, she struggled in school and even failed her first year of high school. This was the first time that she felt she could offer God not only her joys, but also her sufferings. One day, when Chiara was 17, she experienced a sharp pain in her shoulder while playing tennis. When the pain did not go away, she went to the doctor, who diagnosed Chiara with osteogenetic sarcoma, a painful form of bone cancer. Even with such a bad diagnosis, Chiara remained filled with joy. Her friends would often visit her, seeking to cheer her up, though very soon realized that Chiara was the one cheering them up. Chiara earned the nickname Luce, meaning light, because of her constant joy and bright smiles. In the midst of pain and medical treatments, Chiara would often repeat the phrase, "Jesus, if this is what you want, so do I." Chiara learned not to waste her suffering, instead offering it up to God every chance she could get. Chiara would often go on walks with another patient who was struggling with depression. These walks were beneficial to the other patient, but caused Chiara great pain. Her parents often encouraged her to stay and rest, but she simply replied, "I'll be able to sleep later." When chemotherapy began causing chunks of Chiara's beautiful hair to fall out, she would hold it up to God, saying, "For you, Jesus." At times, Chiara would even refuse morphine, saying, "I want to share as much as possible in his suffering on the cross." When Chiara realized that she was not going to get better, she started a plan for what she called her wedding. Chiara chose the mass readings, songs, and flowers for her funeral, and requested that she be buried in her wedding dress because she would finally be going home to her beloved in heaven. On October 7th, 1990, with her parents and friends around her, Chiara spoke her last words, saying, "Goodbye. Be happy, because I am happy." She was only 18 when she died. On the day of her funeral, the mayor of Sassuolo shut down the entire town because of how many people wanted to attend. And just as Chiara had requested, she was buried in a white wedding dress, like a bride going home to Jesus. 9 years after Chiara's death, it was announced that a young boy dying from meningitis was miraculously cured after his parents asked for Chiara's intercession. A panel of doctors ruled that there was no medical explanation for his sudden healing and survival. In September of 2010, Chiara was declared blessed at a ceremony attended by over 25,000 people from 57 different countries. Her feast day is October 29th, her birthday. Despite the short time Chiara experienced on earth, she showed the world the power of redemptive suffering and the joy that comes from submitting one's entire life to Christ. May we, too, live as well and love as much as Chiara did. Blessed Chiara Luce Badano, pray for us.